watching the Sports Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So the Boston Celtics came away with a 116-100 win last night. And as a result, Boston takes a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 is Friday night. Stephen Curry, he did get hurt in that game. He did say that he will play on Friday night. But there's one particular individual who I want to touch on in this particular video, and that is Draymond Green. Now, on the thumbnail, I put up 3 different forms of statistics about Draymond Green via StatMuse. And the one thing that really stood out when I looked at all those statistics about Draymond Green, you mean to tell me in these playoffs, 17 podcast episodes in the 2022 NBA playoffs, 17 podcast episodes, 14 games with double-digit points or rebounds or assists combined? Unacceptable. You mean to tell me you have more podcast episodes than total points in the NBA Finals? For those of you who may not be aware, Draymond Green has only scored 15 points this entire NBA Finals. Trash, as you see on the thumbnail. What's up, Ted Cox, Michael Lewis? Salute to you. Here's a piece of advice, Draymond Green. Stop talking. Your play doesn't match your production. You out here playing like shit. Now, even he admitted after game 3, he played like trash. Game 1, he said he wasn't himself. So how many more excuses you gonna come up with? How many more excuses you gonna come up with, Draymond Green? I told y'all before this dude wasn't good. I told y'all, and I got all kinds of backlash behind it. Whether it be on this platform, on my channel, or I take my talents to Ticket channel. If he opens up the platform, let me in, let me cook over there. I told y'all over there that he was trash. And don't even think about coming in here and bringing up stuff that happened years ago. I don't want to hear it. That ain't got nothing to do with what happened last night. So don't even think about coming in here and telling me what happened back in 2016. I'm not interested in listening to that. So if that's what you're going to bring up in here, save it. We talking about last night. We talk about what he did or lack of what he did last night. You mean to tell me all that barking you did, all that and then when it came to the game, you run around here like a poodle. You talk like a Rottweiler on your podcast, and when you get to the game, you play like a poodle. You talk all that cash money nonsense, and look what it's gotten you. You worry about the Boston crowd. The Boston crowd ain't got nothing to do with your play. You can take them out the game by going out there and showing up. $100 million man. Let's be honest about the situation. Y'all here stinking up the joint. Y'all here stinking up the joint. Let's tell the truth of the matter. You stink. You're basuda. Exactly, Brian. He out here talking like he out here talking that big game like he a big game hunter. You ain't no goddamn big game hunter. You out here stinking up the joint. You mean to tell me this whole entire NBA Finals, 15 points? 15 points. This NBA Finals. This is another stat I found out, right? And this is dedicated to that Fred G. Sanford, and the G stand for gullible looking individual by the name of Superbag Douchebag. Here's a rare stat for you, since he likes to, bring up rare stats, right? And since I'm in rare form today, I figure I'd do this. There have been 2,553 instances of a player logging at least 34 minutes in an NBA Finals game. He is the first one to foul out with fewer than 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Think about that. Think about that. 2,553 instances of a player logging 34 minutes in an NBA Finals game. He is the first one to foul out with less than 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And you got nerve to tell me that this dude's the Hall of Famer? Y'all, boy, I tell you, oh my God, have mercy. Help me, Lord. This dude is, y'all, these people out there really think that Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer. But you know what? I'm not even going to bring that. I'm not even trying to go that route. I'm not even going to try to go there. That we'll leave that Hall of Fame talk for another debate. I want to talk about what happened last night. I want to stick to what happened last night. Because you did all that barking before game 3. You did all that. You disrespected Al Horford. You disrespected Derek White. You disrespected players in the 90s. You did all that barking, all that tough talking. You're going out there and you played like that last night. 2 points in 35 minutes. 2 points in 35 minutes. What was you doing out there? Huh? What was you doing? Now, this is what he said last night after that kind of performance. This is what he said, right? He was more than willing to accept that his game 3 performance had been subpar. Subpar. You call that subpar? You call that performance last night subpar? Yahoo. Well, I tell you, boy, Yahoo being generous. You know what? I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm gonna show you what Yahoo said. This said his game was subpar last night. You called that subpar? Subpar. You called that performance last night subpar. Look at this goddamn shit. Look at this right here. I'm gonna highlight it for y'all. Cooksmore Sports, what's up with you, brother? Salute to you, man. Subpar. You called that performance last night subpar. You scored 2 points in 35 minutes, and that's subpar? 2 points, 4 rebounds. What was the stat line? 2.4 rebounds, 4 assists last night. But that's you call that subpar? You mean to tell me you averaging less points in the NBA Finals than you did in your goddamn in the regular season? Now, for context, the regular season he averaged 7.5 points. You mean to tell me you scored less in the NBA Finals than you have in the regular season? How's that possible? You said you know what? Speaking to reporters after the game, Green admitted he played like shit and he vowed to bounce back in the pivotal game 4. He was soft. Oh, you was more than that. And Klay Thompson, you're not above reproach neither, because after the game last night, what's up, Billy Light? Salute to you, bro. After the game last night, you had Klay Thompson I hear complaining about how people are cursing them out in front of their children and all that. But what do you think Draymond Green was doing? You don't think Draymond Green be cussing people out? He cussed people out on national TV. And guess who be watching? Children. So don't be a flaming hypocrite. That's what you're not going to do, Klay Thompson. You can't out here. I'm pretty sure you cursed people out before. And there be children around. So don't be a flaming hypocrite. Don't do it. And Klay Thompson been playing like trash in NBA Finals too. That's not lost upon me. And I like Klay Thompson. I think Klay Thompson's a beast. But Klay Thompson out here playing like trash. Let's just be honest about the situation. He out here playing like trash too. He dropped 25 last night on 7 for 17 shooting and all that. Now, normally when Klay shoots 17 shots, Klay be dropping all the 30 and 40 points. I'm like, what you done to that? You out here talking about deflecting from the fact that you playing like trash, talking all this about how people, Boston fans are cursing y'all out in front of the children and all that. When y'all set up on national TV and on podcasts, talking all this nonsense, cursing out people and kids be listening to. Don't be a flaming hypocrite. I don't like that. Don't do that. You only out here gaslighting the situation. But going back to Draymond Green. Going back to Draymond Green. Let's see, it was all good in the neighborhood when you was out here front running and hot dogging and doing all this talking, doing all this dancing, doing all this shucking and jiving, doing all this other crazy stuff. Oh, it was all good in the neighborhood when y'all be hitting threes, be up by 30, and y'all be doing the shimmying, y'all be on the sidelines doing all these crazy ass dances and doing the stanky leg and the two step and whatever dance that makes you big and sizzle during the course of the game. Well, it's all good in the neighborhood when y'all up 30 and y'all can do all this showboating and front running. But when you're down, right? When you're getting your head knocked off, when someone punches back, then all of a sudden now y'all got all these excuses under the sun. They got all these reasons why y'all. I mean, I play like trash and ain't no excuse and all this other shit, right? The fans out here cussing us out. Now it'd have been one thing if the fans were being racist, because Boston is a racist town. Now, okay, if y'all had a situation where someone's being racist to you, okay, then we got a conversation here. That's another conversation we need to have. But them cursing y'all out and all that, you know y'all gonna be heckled. Y'all out here trolling people. Y'all out here on social media disrespecting people and disrespecting people on podcasts and all that. And y'all got nerve to say that? Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Draymond Green, you play like trash this whole goddamn series. And I'm gonna put in context just so I don't want anybody out here thinking I'm just out here going after Draymond Green. I don't want anybody thinking I've got some kind of negative bias towards or against Draymond Green. I don't want nobody thinking that. I don't want y'all to see this for yourselves. Right? I want y'all to see this for yourselves. But to put Draymond Green's numbers up on the Summer Jam screen. Because I don't want nobody thinking I'm biased. I don't want nobody thinking I'm just out here to get Draymond Green and all that. And I don't want nobody thinking I'm some kind of hater. I'm gonna put this thing in its proper context. Now look at these numbers here. We're gonna highlight some numbers here. Right? Now this is Draymond Green the entire playoffs. Look how many look how many games he had double-digit points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've had 8 games where you scored double-digit points. Now, look how many games he scored double-digit rebounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Look how many double digits assists he had in the game. 1. Now, let's look at his finals points. Game 1 in the NBA Finals. Look at that score. 4 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Game 2, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal block. Last night, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers. So you mean to tell me you had just as much fouls as points and rebounds all together? Are you serious right now, bro? You had just as much fouls as points and rebounds put together. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. I've told y'all many times before that this dude was a walking trash can. That this dude was dried up dog excrement. Talking to Grubber Media, what's up with you, man? Straight up, man. This what Golden State paid $100 million for? This what Golden State paid $100 million for. So when I tell y'all this dude played like trash, I just showed y'all why he played like trash. So don't even think about calling me a hater. Don't think about calling me something. No, don't even think about it. Because I ain't got no reason to hate that man. He out here talking this big dog, big game hunter talk. He out here talking like that. He out here putting up them triple singles and all that. I know a 3x3 at goddamn on internet got more value than this dude. But you know what? Maybe I'm biased. Okay? Maybe I'm missing something. Okay? Maybe I'm making a mistake by calling this dude trash and say he, ain't worth the money that Golden State Warriors paying him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a link in the chat because I don't want nobody thinking that I got people controlling what I say, and I don't want none of that. So I want people to. I put the link in the chat. I open up the chat lines. You can comment and you can tell me how you feel about Draymond Green. Your unabashed, unbiased, unadulterated opinion about Draymond Green. Now, I think he's trash. I think he's garbage. I think he's a heaping fire trash truck. I mean that with the bottom of my heart. I think this dude sucks. Now, for once, I know I cooked on Stephen A. Smith today, but for once, I actually agree with that Bama. He actually saw the light. He actually saw what I saw last night. But then again, I've been saying this for quite a while now, so all you Johnny come latelys to the party, What's up, man? What you got?
LB, what's good, man? This T Ray, man. How you feeling?
Chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make $1.15.
Yep. You and me both, 30 cents away from a quarter while we doing it. But you know how it is.
Yep.
So yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta cook on this punk, man. He just, man, he's dog food, man. I don't know any other way to put it, man. He come out here, he got the loudest mouth in the weakest game. And when he ain't doing dirty work, he's no good for you. I mean, he's a liability on offense already. So if he ain't out there keeping possessions alive or antagonizing a player, his defense to me is overrated. And I say that because he does better on guys that are slower than him, that are bigger and slower than him. Who do the Celtics have out there that's a factor for them that's bigger and slower than he is? Nobody. So his effectiveness is limited in this series as it would have been, like in the Denver series when he was guarding Jokic, where he had some success. So you're dealing with a dude that, not only that, he ain't a spring chicken. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this series is really exposing his. I mean, I won't say exposing because he was never really that good to me anyway. But it's really highlighting the fact that he's only really effective against certain in certain situations, I would say. So yeah, man. I mean, at this point, if they can't stop Marcus Smart from going off, they might not win another game. And he's supposed to be this defensive juggernaut. I mean, I definitely don't see him doing it. Kevon Looney seemed like he got as much range defensively as Draymond do, and he just as good a rebounder. So yeah, man, he dog food. Straight up.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you 100%, bro. He is super trash. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
hey, that's what they paid him $100 million for. So hey.
Yeah, I mean that goes to show you the quality of player today. You know, they like to highlight the athleticism, this and that, but the IQ of the average player today is probably the worst that it's ever been. Not to mention that you can just be a specialist and get $100 million. You can be totally dog shit on one end of the floor, but get $100 million contract. I mean, come on, man. And if he was playing in an era where they had bona fide centers and power forwards, he would be Kyle Herrera. He would be Udonis Haslam with minutes. That's who he would be. You know what I'm saying? This dude is not. He talk, like I said, he talk an A1 game. He talk Hall of Fame shit, but his game is doo-doo. I mean, I can see him in China in about a year and a half. I can see him in China. I mean, it then honestly, let's say if he went to a team like Minnesota when he got drafted, would he even still be in the league?
No. Look, that's the truth. We know. I could look if he was playing 90. If he was just playing if he was playing in 90. Look, 80s all the way to about 19 when Kobe came in the league, he wouldn't have made it. If he got drafted just when Kobe got drafted, he wouldn't have got off the bench. With the position that he is and the players that was out there, you got Chris Webber. He getting in front of him? No. He getting in front of Tim Duncan? No. He getting in front of KG? No. He getting in front of Rasheed Wallace? No. He getting in front of Ben. Let me tell you, he think that he's the type of defensive player Ben Wallace is. Ben Wallace don't got to give you no points. Dennis Rodman don't got to give you no points. And you're going to keep them on the floor. Bad free throws and all. You know why? Because their man going to have 5 points or 10 points or some bullshit. No rebounds like them. This nigga ain't that type of player. It's nothing special about his game. It's nothing magical. What it is just like me. If I got on the court and I was playing with a T-Mac, a Tracy McGrady, you're not worried about me. So I can back cut, get layups. Oh shit, I'm out here looking like I'm good. They over there like, look at him, stop him. You know why they so pissed off when Draymond Green score? Because everybody in the league know you suck ass, and it pisses them off every time you get a point on them. That's how I feel when I'm playing basketball against a nigga that I think is ass. I'm like, damn, I hate this nigga to get any goddamn thing. And that's what it looks like. His form.
You don't even want a nigga sorry like that to even get the ball.
That's what I'm saying. So when you look at it, you wonder why you're open, Draymond Green. You wonder. The only reason, and it's the truth, the only reason why you get any daylight put on your ass is because you play with them Splash Brothers, my nigga.
Yep.
You're not the best. You heard what this nigga said to Matt Barnes? Hold on. First of all, I've watched basketball all my life, man. I'm 37. I watch basketball all my life. That's my sport. That's the thing I love. I eat that shit up and breathe it and shit it out and go again. This nigga said, I'm the best screener of all time. Who the fuck picks that to say I'm the best at it? That's like saying I'm the best. That's like saying I'm the best timeout caller. I'm the best. I can call timeouts out of anything. Like that's some dumbass shit.
Hey man, you know what that is? That's just picking your fight. You
that's because he don't really have nothing, bro, to battle with. Nobody. Ain't nobody. Tell me when anybody said Draymond Green is the best at anything, the best power forward, the best anything. He got those defensive players on them trying to make that team as in like a dynasty, like they all got a little hardware. Yep. You don't deserve that shit. The only people who deserve hard work, they cheated Clay out of a first team or a second team just so they could give KD that money. Because if he gets that second team or that first team, they has to pay Clay.
Yep.
And that was all. Look, Draymond Green gets paid for one reason and one reason alone. He helps them in ratings, as in he's the stupid mouth. He's the nigga who's gonna get in front of the cameras and say some controversial shit that don't make sense, but he gonna say it. Not Steph, not LeBron, not none of the other stars. Only this ass. That's why you a so-called fake ass star. Your mouth is the star, not your basketball. Ain't nobody talking about Draymond Green when it comes to basketball. We talk about Draymond Green and his antics and his attitude and the dumb shit he do. You haven't learned yet out of all his years, LB, in this league. You blew probably the Golden State Warriors final chances when you got out of your character and try to sock LeBron in the nuts, knowing he's trying to get you out of character, and you didn't flip the script and make him look like the bad guy, like, oh, he's all over my back. He fucked you over. And I believe you also fucked the Golden State Warriors over. I believe it was you and you alone with this KD shit. Why? Because you knew no other team, like LB said, is this what they paid $100 million for? No other team knew you what. They wasn't gonna give you that money. They don't give a fuck what team you was coming from. Everybody knows you got that money because
KD turned down the max contract.
Exactly. That's the only, and you made sure that KD said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. See, if you would have been cool with him all the way through the season, no outbursts, KD probably would have took your bread. Like, I'm gonna stay here, my nigga. But you came with that bullshit, plus the cackling from the media and everybody saying he a weenie and all that. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here, because he was like, this nigga disrespecting me, and he came to my door.
Right.
So it was like you plotted that. You fucked the Golden State Warriors at the same time as thinking that you're helping them, bruh, because you was thinking about yourself. You a selfish ass nigga, because like you said, when he was coming into the season, when Steph had broke his hand and he couldn't come back and Clay was gone, they was asking him about the Golden State Warriors. He didn't say nothing about them. He said, I think we still play with Steph and Clay. Because that's your whole career. Steph and Clay. Anybody who play with them gonna look good. They had to do Mendoga, whatever. He was like subbing with Draymond Green. I said shit. He could do the same shit that Draymond doing. Anybody that they get, as long as he a high IQ player and will buy in and listen, he's gonna look good on that fucking team, because they share the fucking ball in the way they play. Draymond Green, you go drop that nigga on any other 29 teams, and he's gonna be either the third to fourth last nigga on the bench, and he ain't gonna be getting no play time.
Think about this, man. Remember old boy that came from Michigan State and went to the Bulls, Valentine?
Mm-hmm.
That's who he would be. If he had went to the Bulls, that's who he would have been. He ain't got that dude got more athleticism than he got, and can shoot it better than Draymond. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't in a position.
Just tell me how can Draymond Green make a name for himself? If anybody can just tell me that. Just erase your mind, right? Erase your mind of all of the history. Draymond Green, fresh drafted. How do he make his name? He don't. He don't at all. He will never be on the goddamn court. Steve Kerr took a chance on, and I don't even think it was Steve Kerr making a decision. I think Iguodala just wanted to rest his body and last during the season, because he was getting ticky-tack injuries, because he was having to stick all of the superstars on every fucking team majority. So I just think he was like, I'd rather come off the bench and do the little Ginobili thing. And Draymond Green, you're out there playing with two of the greatest shooters to ever play the game. They're thinking of, I done seen Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and KD running down on a fast break. Them niggas ran to Steph and Clay and let KD dunk the ball, nigga. I said, that's how scary those niggas is. You don't want them to hit threes. You don't want them to get hot behind the three-point line. You'd rather this nigga KD do his one-on-one thing, because that's what you're used to. Oh, yeah, we're used to KD doing this. But you niggas, we ain't finna let y'all go crazy on that three-point line. That's what you're playing with. You playing with niggas who will run to Steph Curry and let you dunk the ball.
Yep.
So Draymond Green, come on, everybody, LB, I know we didn't all had a game like this once in your life, like where you just was so disappointed. The suckiest nigga on the other team is point up or whatever, point game for the other team. And they throw the ball or it bounce to the weakest nigga on the team. And they say, shoot it. And he throw that motherfucker just towards the rim. He didn't know what he was doing. He just threw it towards the rim and it went in. Game over. That's what Draymond Green is. To me.
Man,
Yeah,
this
man, he
dude got more
garbage.
podcast episodes than goddamn points in the goddamn NBA Finals, man.
Man, they trying to force this nigga to the
17
Hall of Fame.
podcast episodes and 15 points, man. That goes to show you where his priorities lie.
I told you he was stealing niggas all-star seats. They was giving this niggas because you getting all-star seats because of the success of your teammates, not you. And your mouth, man, that's what they love about Draymond Green. I'm telling you, it's his mouth. He comes in there and he says it's the same thing that they're doing with I'm gonna be honest, it's the same shit that they're doing with Patrick Beverly. They want you to be real, just not all the time. They want you to pick. They want to pick the dudes who they let sit at that seat that's going to give a little bit of street knowledge, like how street niggas feel, but also they can kind of control it because these niggas are still in the league, so they can't say too much, but they're going to just give their honest opinion on what they think about a player on some like in a barbershop talk. That's all they're attracting to right now. Basically, it's LB, it's Ticket, it's all those niggas who they basically, you see they ratings go up when a nigga go in there and tell the truth about a player, but they still got to keep their mouth quiet to a certain extent. They can't go all the way LB. They can't go all the way Ticket. They can't go like that all the way in. But that's what these niggas is attracted to. Basically, they're attracted to LB already. That's why they steal from these niggas. That's why they watch y'all shit. That's why they come up with y'all titles on they shit. They basically talking like us, but they going to pick players so they can make the audience believe it's coming from an NBA player. So you can't say he's lying or he's not telling the truth. Man, that shit's so simple.
Super simple.
That's like, I love
embarrassing.
Patrick Beverly. I love Patrick Beverly. But you too. Like, you too ain't that much of a player neither. You're hard on defense, but you too ain't no Hall of Famer, and to come out here and try to criticize anybody too much of a level like,
Man,
like
listen, man.
nobody criticize you.
Pat Beverly
Now,
is
I like
Frank
Patrick
Johnson.
Beverly too, man, but he was.
But
I didn't
I didn't like that Chris Paul, and I wanted you to get on that, LB. I wanted you to get on him so bad about that Chris Paul shit because I felt like we know you don't like this man, but for you to come out here and say he's a cone, man, this man he led the league in steals like 3-4 times. Like, that's not being a cone, bro. You got to be in the way out there. You feel me? And his tactics ain't no different than your tactics, Patrick Beverly. What the fuck are you talking about? You be out there hitting niggas doing all type of shit, grabbing niggas too. So I don't understand it. A little bit of that got to personal shit. You wasn't talking basketball. You was talking personal.
He was being personal. He was being personal because when it came to the question about whether or not James Harden deserved the Supermax deal,
Factamundo, LB. Factamundo. When he said about James Harden, a nigga who ain't made no teams better like Chris Paul, even though he ain't won a title just like James Harden, what I'm talking about is every team. See, Chris Paul can't be your all in and all out. See, Devin Booker, he's not ready to just be that killer. He can kill you, but in moments. He need to get it to where it's a consistent thing. Every game, I'm this killer. Every game. It's not going away. This is who I am. Y'all see, I heard Iman Shepherd do an interview. They were just going to give Kobe Bryant Chris Paul. Iman Shepherd said the league thought that was cheating. Like, niggas, they were like, damn, this cheating. Like, just giving Kobe that. So just imagine if Chris Paul had a killer. Chris Paul is not going to win a championship unless he has a nigga that can kill games. He's not a closer. He's a nigga that assists.
He can't win a title being the best player on a team. He can't
do that. Like, he can't be your. He can't be your end all. Yeah, he can't be the number one guy. He got to be the assistant. Yeah, period. And that's where Patrick Beverly, I felt like, if as you being an NBA player, you know better, bro. You came at this shit personal instead of telling the truth. What you should have just said is, Chris Paul can get you there, but he ain't the guy that's going to win it. He need another teammate that's better than him. He can't be your better player. He can't. And right now, like I said, everybody just look at scoring so much instead of the intelligence of the game and knowing what to do at the time and all that. Devin Booker is so much behind when it comes to Chris Paul knowing basketball, man. He don't need his athleticism. He don't need to score 40. Like, you know what I mean? But he needs a nigga who can do that and know more than him and can kill like worse than him. I'm telling you, like, it's things you got to put around niggas, man. It's just things you got to put around niggas. And Draymond, back to just him. I'm just talking, me personally, I'm already frustrated because I know this bum ass nigga gonna make it in the Hall of Fame, man.
Man, he better not, man.
He ain't got no business.
Right now, boycott.
He ain't got no business even sniffing no Hall of Fame. But you're right though, because they done lowered the bar so low that he gonna get in there. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Do this nigga even got
Yo,
10,000
to
points?
me,
Hey, wait a minute. Do this nigga
hell no.
even got? I'm gonna tell you how funny this is, right? I'm gonna tell you how funny this is because I
He
ain't
ain't even
never
got
thought I was
10,000 points.
look. I ain't never
He
thought
ain't
I
even
had
got
to use
10,000
this
points.
analogy. You know, he needs to. Y'all need to put the criteria on NBA 2K on Draymond. If he ain't got the shit that you need to be a Hall of Famer in 2K, he should be a Hall of Famer in real life. 2K, you need a couple accolades. They tell your ass to win a finals MVP. They tell your ass to win the All-Star MVP. He need to win a couple of those things. His ass need to, and that's how they need to do in the league. Period. I believe that's how we start getting the best out of these players on a consistent basis. They need to start. It need to be you know the word for it, LB. It need to be something that comes in that contract for you to get this next max or this next max. Yeah, I need
incentives.
if you the player that we pumping up like this, guess what? I'm gonna need you to average. I'm gonna need you to always stay above. Yes, to say depending on who you is, I'm gonna need you to average 23 points per game. You a point guard. I'm gonna need you to at least have 7 and up assists each game, maybe 8, depending on how they're talking about you and what I believe in you. Also, I'm gonna need you to average about 1 to 2 turnovers. You can't constantly be leading the league. None of that. I'm gonna need you to have this amount on steals, your defensive rate. Like that's what they got to do to get these niggas. And if you a center and like a Rudy Gobert, since you can't score, I'm gonna need 15 rebounds from you every game. Okay, that's what, because you ain't got no energy for me on offense. So defense, I'm gonna need all that shit on offense, offensive boards, offensive rebound. I'm gonna need about 4 to 3 blocks from you. Like you got to start putting these stimulations on these niggas and telling them this what you're gonna do, or you're not gonna pay. They want that bread. They're gonna go out there and at least try to do the shit.
Well, I tell you what, man. Hey, these players in these sports, they get away with murder, man. The motherfuckers get paid. They get paid whether they play or not. They get paid whether they perform or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's fucked up. If it was a pay for play type thing, you would see the best of the players.
Damn right. Hey, shout out to the Absent Sci-Fi Scholar, man. You damn right, man. We passing Draymond Green around like it's weed at a round table this week, bro.
Yeah, man, it's the truth though, man. He's always, and it's not nothing new. I want people to know this, LB, just like you did. This is not me just coming at him because in the finals, bro. I always talked about Draymond Green. Like I don't see what everybody see. Like this is I swear, ever since I seen him, I always said this nigga is garbage to me. Like you are a bum, bro. You wouldn't be on no all-star team. You wouldn't be even on my starting 5, man. Like I don't care. And therefore, he don't. I know you said he can't stick the Joker, bro. The thing was he didn't have the rest of his team that could put the ball in the hoop to where you couldn't double team him. Draymond had a lot of help.
But what I'm saying, the way that team was structured without Murray, he was able to be
no, that's all I'm saying. No, I was just making sure. That everybody else knew. Not you. I'm making sure everybody else know that you're not saying Draymond Green can, because you didn't say that specific. You didn't say that specifically when you said it. You was like, kind of like in the series when he was going against Joker, he stuck him better because he was slower. That's what you said, because he was slower than him. Slow or faster, can't nobody stick Joker because he's unorthodox. He will put a shot up without jumping. You feel me? A lot of us are trained to watch your body language and what you move like. He does not shoot the same. Sometimes he jump, sometimes he take a baby jump, sometimes he jump hard, depending on how he want to shoot it. So you never really
sometimes he don't jump at all.
Yeah, so he don't consistently release the ball the same. So you never really know what's the shot or what the fuck is he doing, a pump fake or what.
And he the best in the league at using his body.
You feel me? So yeah, it's like and I'm gonna say Kobe said something, man, like years ago. You know, it's about the AU basketball. It's how they train motherfuckers, man. It's the way these niggas training these young dudes, man. It's not really their fault. They're trained not to get contact no more or want contact. They're trained to shoot threes. They're trained
not knowing how to play the game.
They're trained to not shoot threes. See, and I'm gonna tell you this. They always tell us this in real life. They say you can't know who you are if you don't know where you come from. So if you just teaching these niggas the new brand of basketball and not teaching them where it came from back in the day, showing these niggas the old school niggas, how the fuck they gonna really know who they are and how they fucking supposed to play and pass on the history and the knowledge right?
T Price, man, what you got, bro?
It's sad.
Hey, hold on a second. Give me a second.
Hey, go sub to my boy T Price also, man. Go sub to his channel, man.
Yeah, man. What y'all think, man? Honestly, Who do y'all think? Okay, if the series was over today, which obviously it ain't, who would be the most valuable player on that Boston team?
Jaylen Brown.
Okay,
He's been the most consistent
okay,
out of all of them.
yeah, he's been the most consistent, most definitely, man. I agree with that on both ends.
I'll say this crazy, right? Damn. I'll probably pick Al Horford, man, because I'm looking at everything but the scoring. That's if I'm judging this, I'm looking at who keeps this team kind of, even though he never been in the final, it's like he just does the right things at the right time, man. You know, I just give him a silent like MVP. Like he don't need the trophy, but under everybody's breath in the locker room, you the reason why, nigga, we got through especially that Nets series, man. That Nets series and that
I think the
Milwaukee
Boston
series, if you
series
really
was
look at
MVP
it.
though.
And that Milwaukee series, look, if we just be
Right.
honest, matter of fact, the first two rounds,
Yeah.
it was really Al Horford. And if I can say Philly too, a little bit, like he kind of split those, he kind of split with Jason Tatum in some of those series, but I for sure say the Nets series, I give that to Al Horford. I'm gonna give him and Jason Tatum a tie because Jason Tatum was hot and on fire. I'm gonna give him and Jason Tatum a tie on that Nets, but that next series against Miami, I'm gonna give that to him. I'm gonna give that to Al Horford. And the
I'm ready.
Milwaukee. The Milwaukee
Let's
series.
do
I'm
it.
giving that to Al Horford. I got to mix up the Milwaukee series between them. That's Al Horford sticking Giannis down there.
And not to mention, man, Tatum he's been so careless with the damn ball. He didn't cost them some games.
Wait for your mom. Did she tell you?
Hey,
Tatum
y'all
he been
talking about
careless and
Draymond?
he been
Hey,
shooting
can I get
bad.
my?
You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, let me know when I can speak because I don't want to be cutting nobody off.
hey, knock in right now. Go ahead.
No, salute to everybody. Uh,
Salute.
man, I said this before the finals even started. There's particular matchups that's going to win the series for each team. Now, if Horford outplays Draymond, Boston will win the series, and also Jaylen Brown, who played better between Jaylen Brown and Klay Thompson. Now, Draymond, y'all already know how I feel about Draymond. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I don't care about all that. But he's going to cost them series because his wife now want to cry wolf talking about Warriors fans will be talking won't be no I don't cry me a river. I watched this dude ever since he was in high school. Okay, he is not the player he was. In that case, name another team that would trade for Draymond. If he's so much of this player, everybody keeps saying he is on YouTube. Name a team right now would trade for him. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? But and I think another person to me that was very big last night in his limited minutes was Robert Williams. He was
Yep.
throwing nigga shit. He
Yep.
ain't even 100%. If he give Boston Celtics that little bit, and this is one thing I like about Jaylen Brown. If Finals MVP, he will, because he has been the most consistent. This is the thing I like about him. This is one thing I always get on Jason Tatum. If Tatum goes to the rack like Jaylen Brown goes to the rack more, I guarantee you the Celtics would make this series a whole lot more easier than it make it hard to be. Because Taylor, to me, he reverts. He settles too much for the three, and he's still worried about the referees. Jalen Brown be out there getting it done. Put the ball in my hand. Put him make a play. Marcus Smart. Look at that. Look how they came back in the third quarter. Marcus Smart doing stupid ass shit, just jumping the ball up in the air. I call him Muppet Baby with that green hair and shit. You know, he jumping up in the air trying to make a turnout. Every time he do that, the Warriors score. Now, Clay did get hot last night. He did play good last night. Steph is Steph. You know, Steph came out killing this whole finals. I don't see him. I picked Boston to win this series. I just feel like the defense and that athleticism is gonna wear them out. And everybody always want to talk about what stop a great offense, defense. And
And they got the best coach in
Boston
the
got some
series.
players. And White too. White too. He was a great acquisition because now he's making that consistent floater. All in Derek White. Yeah, he's another good player that they picked up too. The Boston doesn't know who they are. And Jordan Poole, where he at? Everybody talking all this shit about him. Where he been? He missing on the
Not
milk
running.
card. Yeah, he had two good
Back.
shots, but other than that, you ain't done shit.
Who got
Come
more to
on, Ronnie.
lose too? Who got more to lose? Like who really got more to gain and who really got more to lose? Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they're cemented. Greatest shooting duo, greatest shooter ever, dynasty already. They're sealed. They all they're doing is adding on. It's just like just putting
Right.
chocolate on top of the cake. So you got these hungry, young, ravished Wolverine, rabies infested motherfuckers on the other side of your ass. They were you guys. They were once you guys. Are y'all still hungry like that? I don't know. I have to still watch this
I'm just
series
gonna
and
say
see
this:
what
if
y'all really
Robert
do.
Williams was 100%, it'll be worse for them. Cause then Robert Williams could really close and everything. But what he's giving the
Yep.
Celtics, this is a pivotal game. Celtics better not play with their food, man. In Game 4, don't play with
Right.
your food, man.
Yeah, don't do that young
Well, see,
guy. Don't do that young inexperienced thing to where y'all feel like we got these motherfuckers now because
Hmm
it's not finished yet.
but see, they've been doing that all playoffs, though, man. That's what's crazy. They did it against the Bucks. They did it against the Heat. You know what I'm saying? So have they learned their lesson? That's what we got to see. Have they
Joker,
learned?
he's gonna get him on there. And Nia Long, she still look like she in her darn 20s and shit.
Yeah, I bet it. I bet it's fire.
Black don't crack.
Bet it. But man, not people talking about they missing Wiseman. They missing this and that. Man, look here.
Man, they don't
They
even, they
got
didn't
there
even know how to
without
use
Wiseman.
Wiseman when they had him. They had that nigga shooting
Right. They
three
didn't even
pointers
use
and
it.
shit. They wasn't even
Yep.
using that
Yep.
man's
Yep.
skill set.
Yep.
I live
Yep.
out
Had him
here
all
by
looking
these
out of place.
niggas. I see a lot of Golden State games, and then I used to say it all the time. Why they got this dude out here? That's not his skill.
That
Everybody
ain't
is
a skill
not.
set.
They was like that year that Draymond was really supposed to step the fuck up and shit
2 years
like that. But
ago,
what he ended up doing? What he ended up doing? Getting
triple
himself.
single.
He didn't show up at all.
Nope. Triple
And
single.
I'm saying,
Triple
and that's
single.
one thing I don't understand about Draymond. You talk a good game, but your game, though, to me, I know niggas be arguing about this nigga on YouTube. I'm not gonna do that. You are who you say you are, and
Yep.
you're not who you are. To me,
No, he
you're
showed
not
who he
that.
was when Clay was hurt. He showed who he was.
To everybody that be talking about, I just want to ask them a question. Name a team in the NBA that want him other than the Warriors. I want somebody to give me that answer. And who would they trade
Man,
for?
shit.
Fuck
Right.
out of here.
Ain't finna give up none of value for him.
Fuck out of here.
Right. Right. How many teams sitting back like, oh man, if we just had Draymond Green, that'll put us over the top. Hell,
And I'm
nobody.
not shitting on the man, but dude, you are who you are. Dude, I never was big on Draymond. I know, dude. Look, everybody wants to talk about Tim Duncan was a system, but Tim Duncan could have played with any system with anybody. He was that darn skilled.
Yep. As much as I
Draymond
hated
can't
him,
do that
that's the
shit.
truth. That's the truth.
Draymond can't
He
do
could have
that
played
shit.
anywhere. Selfless player. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine that nigga was really the man. How much numbers Tim Duncan really would have had, but he wasn't like that. He's different
No,
players.
you want to cut like that.
He,
You
and
can
he had
win.
one of the greatest point guards too that went to Wake Forest too. But they don't talk about they talk about his Chris Paul, Tony Rutledge, who played with Allen Iverson in high school. That was his point guard at Wake Forest. That nigga was a
And he
beast. He
had
was a
Randolph
walking bucket.
Childress.
Yeah, and he had oh boy, them boys was nice, boy.
Man, listen, I'm a
Ooh.
Carolina fan. I know all too well about them boys you just brought up. Shit.
Yeah,
They
I'm a
all about
Kansas fan though. We just played y'all in the tip, so I understand.
man. Yep, y'all took that motherfucker, man. We had it out there and got tired. And y'all took it, man. Shit. Salute to that. Y'all took it. But
Man, them college basketball games were crazy, man. But anyway, we're just gonna stay on topic. But
yeah.
I just don't see.
Yeah,
I just
man.
don't see it. This just gonna be a big
No,
game for both teams. I still
it
think it's gonna be
is.
a long series, but if the
Okay,
Celtics continue to do what they do and don't look, if the Celtics don't turn over the ball, they win the game. They only lost twice
easy.
with
This
that's basically their formula. They don't turn the ball over. Stop
they
is
win the
smart.
game.
Marcus Smart, you got to be smart.
No.
Every time you
Tatum.
jump the ball up
Tatum
in the
too.
air,
Don't
you
don't
turn
don't
over the ball and shit. Don't do that shit.
don't forget Tatum. Don't forget Tatum lead the whole playoffs in turnovers by far.
Don't get me started. As Wilt's called,
Man,
that's my
Kobe.
niggas Will Strong. My nigga Will Strong called that nigga pretty hair Tatum is what Will Strong called him. Man, you need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop tap, man. I don't understand why he don't tap the basket more. Dude, you got that body,
Yep.
you got that frame. Attack the rim,
Yep.
bro.
Yep.
Like,
He
dude,
just
you
settling.
in the
He
younger
out there
part of your
settling.
career.
Yep. Yeah. You right, man. He in the prime of his career. Kobe went to that 10 nonstop. Cause you know what? If that shot
Yeah.
ain't dropping, I'm finna get to this free throw line and get in a rhythm. He
Right.
won't do that.
He fighting with the refs and shit. Like, dude, don't do that shit, bro. Like
Nah,
don't. And then
man.
Draymond, he got a little block and shit. And then he gonna look at Jaylen Brown talking about, why you on the ground? Before I read his lips, I'm like, man, you act like you are 80, 90s player, nigga. Man, Draymond would get his ass beat in the 90s, bro. Even in the
Wouldn't
80s,
even
bro.
survive.
Wouldn't even
Wouldn't even
survive.
survive.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. Y'all think Draymond Green bounces back in Game 4 like he vowed to do?
Well,
Man,
I
man,
tell you what,
who?
he can't get nothing but better after that shit last night.
Like I said before, I don't give a fuck. He does bounce back. If Al Horford outplays Draymond Green, it's a wrap.
Yep. I
Whoever
agree.
wins that matchup, and if Jaylen Brown continues to win the matchup with Klay Thompson, because Wiggins be guarding Tatum. And then this is one thing I understand about Tatum. What's that one big dude that's from Golden State, number 8? He had him uh, by himself, and he gonna do a step like, really, dude? Attack that dude. That dude can't move his feet that well.
Nope.
Use your athleticism. Use your
Man, did you
crossover
see?
dribble. Do something.
But did you peep how Looney was guarding him all the way out to the half court line? He was on
Hey,
Tatum, man.
Looney
Tatum couldn't
Tunes
even get
be
past him
working on his
early.
shit. You
Yep.
always see, you always see Looney Tunes on Rico Hines runs. Ever since I've been watching YouTube, you always saw him. He was there from a freshman all the way to now to his career now. Even he was at
Yep.
UCLA, he was at them runs. Even he got in his NBA career, he was at them runs. You could see his development. His
Yep.
development.
He a
Cause you
dude that
remember
got
back
an
in the days,
IQ.
you throw it to Looney Tunes 2 years ago, he was fumbling the ball, losing
Yep.
the ball
Nope.
and stuff, and then looking all
He was like
crazy and
Kwame
shit. Like, hey,
Brown.
Looney, we tiny, we're toony, we're all the little loonies, and in this cartoony, we are baiting your TV.
Yep. Yeah.
He's got,
Nah,
he
he
got
legit
better,
now,
man.
man. You can go to him, man, and get you some buckets. You can go to
He can
him.
get
You
some
can get
big
a whole.
time
You can get some
offensive
boards.
rebounds too.
And
Yeah, Horford was
hey,
getting mad, get frustrated. It was like, man, I got one thing about Boston too. When they game rebound, they're a better team when they game rebound. If they don't game rebound, Looney Tunes got like three. Like every time Looney Tunes, I need to look. They need to look up a stat. How many percentage points do they score? Kevon Looney getting the offensive rebound because he
yeah,
be
he
giving
getting
them
them.
Warriors some extra shots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then that comeback, I always said this. I said this before my stream yesterday. That third quarter, I was like, if Boston can
Whether they storm.
weather the third quarter storm, they did it in the first game. They weathered the
Yep.
storm, but the second game, once it got double digits, I was like, nah, they coming back to beating the Warriors. If they was like in the 10 range like they was for game one, then that's anybody's ball game. I remember during the fourth quarter, I know people was in my comments was like, hey, fourth quarter, 10, 12 point lead, ain't nothing to the Warriors. Like, dude, you still got to play the game.
Right. To that.
We know they can
That.
come back.
Well, on that note, everybody, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Go sub to my boy T Price, man. It's T Price
Salute,
Podcast.
baby. You got to come through, man. Salute to you, bro.
Appreciate you for
All
coming
right. No
through.
doubt.
Ivan McDan, Trayvon, appreciate y'all for coming through. And I salute everyone for watching the video that's going to watch this video at some point in your life. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe button, the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but not least, shouts out to the Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. All right.